Welcome to Fitbyfood, where we outsmart binge eating without restriction. In this video, I'm inside my my construction home, and it's been a real journey for me with starting Fitbyfood. I've completely gone into doing the module and starting up the YouTube channel at the same time as me and my boyfriend have bought a house and are renovating it. So it's been a struggle for me to find stable places to actually film. But now I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not in this whirlwind of new beginnings and actually embrace it and start to be more transparent with my journey, because it's a part of my brand of Fitbyfood. I want to show you my story and show you an alternative way of approaching diets, and that includes every aspect of myself. Of course, I will keep some things private, but I don't have to put on a facade because obviously I'm not perfect. So I'm just going to be embracing the vulnerability of showing you different aspects of my ongoing life. In this video, I actually wanted to talk about the importance of consistency, and maybe I will use the house renovation as an example. I just thought of that now. So this was actually good. This was actually very nice when it aligns that way. Okay. So when it comes to your body, when it comes to sticking to a diet regime, you know that if you continue with a restrictive diet, it's not gonna last very long. Maybe you can keep down your calories for a few days, but then you eventually cave. And that is because you need consistency. You can't do a fad diet for a few weeks and then go back to the way it was. Obviously, it doesn't work. You've tried that, and we do lie to ourselves and believe that this time will be different, but we're not thinking about the long-term outcome. We're thinking about the now. We're thinking about quick fixes, and this is not sustainable. What you need to do is look at things long term. If you only think about the present moment and wanting quick results, it's not a very adult side of you that's in charge. This is the inner child that wants to have quick results. The inner parent in you knows that everything that is actually worth something takes a bit of a weight. And if I would draw a parallel to the building of a house, I could be having resistance to this, to the house building, and wanting quick fixes now. I want the house to be done now. Like, you notice that kind of energy is very much an immature version of me. But if I would to see it as I'm building my forever home, we are doing things little by little, we're taking time, and we know that when it's gonna be finished, we know that it's going to be amazing. And starting to realize that consistency is the only way to get to the final outcome. So there's no way to do the shortcut. I can't go and do this and my dream house is built just like that. So me and my boyfriend have really cultivated this persistence and consistency in our last years together. Like, we've had so much patience with this. We've worked a lot, like saved a lot of money, put in our money to a renovating object, so very low standards, and then we lived in that place for 2 years without like running water, just like no shower. Like, it's been a lot. Like, we've had to strategize on how to do it, like go to his parents' house and like do laundry and stuff like this for 2 years. And then after that, we got a permit to do a building, and then we took more loan to get people to help us build the outside, and that took a year. Now we're in the phase of creating the inside, and that we're going to do by ourselves. And my boyfriend is working full-time. I'm studying and working from home and doing YouTube and Fitbyfood. So everything is moving very slowly. But we can see the final outcome, the dream home, if we take little steps all the time. So, does it really help me to go into this childhood energy of, I want it to be done now, I want a quick fix now? No, it doesn't. So, what can I do? I can be my inner parent, look at the outcome, like the dream objective, and go slowly towards that with the reality of our circumstances. So, taking everything into consideration of my boyfriend's time being at his work, like my obligations, our financial situation, just taking little steps all the time towards our goal. So this can be very similar to where you are at. So maybe you tried different diet regimes, you tried different quick fixes, and you have this energy of, I want it now, I want my perfect body now, my ideal weight now. And then trying these non-sustainable ways, just like cutting down everything and trying to do shortcuts to your dream body. But then you fall back into where you started. So obviously the inner child can't really run the show when it comes to this. When it comes to long-term planning, responsibility, you need to have that inner parent that sets structures. And that is what we do at Fitbyfood. This is how I started to approach my diet. I continued with my coping mechanism of using food as a way to cope with my reality, but I switched up the food items. And when I started to educate myself on nutrition, I realized why this works. And this is based on a concept called calorie density. It's based on using carbs as your fuel. Your main fuel will reprogram the body to use it more efficiently. And on top of that, if you work out, you will have that extra storage for carbohydrates inside your liver and muscles, and that's used differently. When you have these two, like the responsible structural side and that inner child that wants something now, it's just like needing the dream body, it's like wanting a different reality and wanting, like having resistance to your outcome. The resistance doesn't work. It won't change your reality of not liking your job and being like put off by your job. That doesn't change anything. So you need to work with these two energies inside. You need to give your inner child, the one that has resistance to your circumstance, your body, like everything, who believes that it can't just have resistance and things will change. You know that that doesn't work, and so you need the more structural energy in your life. So to put frameworks on top of this, put structure on what you actually binge on. Give your inner child the coping mechanism still, but choose different foods. So what I did on my journey, I have always used food as a coping mechanism and to numb my body. So when I feel overwhelmed, I reach for food. So what I did, I discovered high carb, low fat, plant-based diet and redirected when I needed to eat something. I ate these particular foods. And that made me lose 20 kilos in a year without trying. So that was the small responsible step that I did towards getting my dream body. And I did that consistently. This is the key, and what I really also wanted to talk about today. You need to show up every day. And not with restrictiveness and like harshness, but with this outcome in mind and choosing the small steps, the sustainable steps, so you move towards your goal. So after a year, I was down at from 84 kilos to 64, and I'm 172 centimeters. So this was my ideal weight, and I didn't work out at all. Maybe I like ran like once a week or something, like not much, but I still lose weight. So what I did, I really wanted to understand this, so I kept going on that path of understanding nutrition. So I got a bachelor's degree in nutrition and educated myself and became a coach and stuff like this to really understand why this works. Because it's really, when you get this, when you understand it, is a biohack. It's a biohack to not have to give in or give up your coping mechanism, but still use it if you feel the need. But you can just put a small framework on top of what you binge on. And this is a way to do the consistent changes towards your dream body, your end goal, and do little steps all the time, because you can't do that quick fix. You can't just have resistance to that you don't have your dream body and think that just counteracting that with not eating for a few days and then hoping that that will work. It doesn't. You need to have that long-term responsible mindset. And that is why Fitbyfood as a method is perfect for you. It's those training wheels that you can continue overeating if you feel the need, but you still lose weight. So if this resonates for you, check out the website to get more information, or subscribe to get more consciousness about your coping mechanism, because I do talk about that a lot here at this YouTube channel. On top of nutrition, I also talk about habits, mindset, and healing. So thank you for watching, and remember, it is possible to get fit by food.